I wanted to show you guys how to make a GIF specifically for Tumblr. When I first tried to figure this out, it was kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. And there were a lot of tutorials out there, but I didn't find one in particular that made it easy. So I had to sort of piece it together and through trial and error. So I thought this would be good for people to see. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with the video. Now, obviously most videos are on YouTube now. So I have a video here of a 3D trip into the Carina Nebula. Absolutely beautiful. So I want to share this on Tumblr, and I want to show people the majesticness of what nebulas look like. And the way to do that is there are multiple websites that will allow you to download a YouTube video. The one I use is called savefrom.net. And what you want to do is you want to copy the address of the video you want to save. Go ahead and go to savefrom.net. I'm going to hit return, and then I'm going to download the video. Now, I've done this before, so it might ask me to replace it, which is fine. Okay, once you have your video downloaded, I use Adobe Premiere, but you can use any video editing software. The video editing software is going to allow you to select a small section of the clip to make the GIF from. So I'm going to go ahead and import the video I saved from the web. Okay, once I have my video clip imported, you can see it here in the upper left. I'm going to select a region of that to make into a GIF. Now, I could do the whole thing, but typically you'll find that you can only do a pretty small segment. And for Tumblr in particular, you have to keep the segment under 2 megabytes. Otherwise, Tumblr will not allow you to upload it. Okay, so I picked sort of a small segment I think looks good. A nice zoom up on that area, and it's now in my timeline. So at this point, the GIF or the movie size right now is looks like about 6 seconds, and that's probably going to be too long. So what I typically do is I will speed up the GIF, or rather the clip, to make sure that I'll be able to make a GIF out of it. So what I've done is increase it by 300%. And that looks pretty good. Okay, now you'll notice while it's playing, you can see at the very end, it sort of trips back to the beginning, gives you that sort of jarring cut. Now that's okay if you like that. When I make GIFs such as this, I try to use this technique where you do sort of an infinite loop, and it sort of smoothly transitions between the beginning and the end. And here's how you do that. You're going to go ahead and cut the clip. It doesn't matter really where. I tend to sort of just cut it right in the middle. And you'll take the beginning and put it at the end. So now that sort of jump that you had is in the middle of the clip. And you'll see what I mean. There's the jump. But it smoothly plays from the end and the beginning. Now, to avoid the jump cut, what you're going to do is use a cross dissolve. And you can adjust the cross dissolve to see how it looks. And here's what I mean by that. So now the movie clip will fade from the end of the video to the beginning. And you get a nice smooth floating through the sweet, sweet nebula. All right, if we're okay with that, it looks like it's about 2 seconds long. Looks good. We are now going to export our clip out of Premiere. Okay, now once you have your clip exported, you're going to open up any image editor. I tend to use Photoshop, though I think there's certainly more out there that you could use. As long as it has an export to a GIF, you'll be able to use the program. So in Photoshop in particular, what you want to do is you want to go to Import and Video Frames to Layers. And you can do that with anything, with any movie clip. And what it does is it will import, but turn it into layers essentially, or frames you could say. Now once you've done that, the video is going to come in at whatever size you've exported from your video editing software. A good rule of thumb for Tumblr is to use 300 pixels wide. You can go up to 500, but you risk sort of having the file size too big where you won't be able to actually upload it. So I'm going to go to Image and then Image Size. And my export was 1280 for the width, and I'm going to change that to 300 pixels wide. I'm going to hit OK. Now, once you have the width set at 300, you're going to go ahead and go to File, Export, Save for Web. Now I'm using Adobe Photoshop CC, and in earlier versions of Photoshop, this might be in a different place. So you'll just have to find the Save for Web export. Okay, once you click that, this brings you into the dialog box where you can modify the parameters. Now this is where you're also going to look to see what is the file size. Now right now I'm at about 1.83, so I'm good to go. I could save this GIF and safely upload it to Tumblr and it wouldn't get rejected. So, but let's say that it was too large. Now right now I'm at 156 colors and my GIF size is 2.225, so that's going to be too large to actually update. So what I tend to do is put it at about 128, and what that does is change your color palette, which you can see in this table, to enough colors to still have it look good and come out with the right file size. If you have too little colors, let's say 32, it really reduces the amount of detail, and so it may not look as good. So I'm going to keep it at 128. I'm going to hit Save. Make sure you have GIF on the end of the file name. And then once we're done, we're going to go to Tumblr and we're going to see if our GIF worked. Now you want to add a photo, go ahead and find your GIF, and it's going to give you this sort of gray progress bar as it uploads the GIF. Now if it doesn't work, Tumblr is going to say there was an error with your file. And there could be multiple reasons. Typically it's because it's just too big of a file size. That's why we want to keep it at 300 pixels wide, and you want to keep the clip short enough to where the file size is under 2 megabytes. Now a good way to test this is to go ahead and save it as a draft. Now if you don't get any errors, you can safely assume that you're good to go. I'm going to go to my drafts, and there's the GIF. So if you have any questions or comments of maybe how to make this better or to improve it, please let me know. Otherwise, that's the method I use. Thanks for watching.